So there is a lot of chaos and uncertainty right now when it comes to our personal finances, job security, and what's going on in the market. Q13 Simone Del Rosario joins us with more on how we can actually find opportunity during these uncertain times. Hey, Simone.
Hi, Brian. Well, look, in times of volatility, it really is hard not to react based on fear. We're going to talk about a couple of things. First, as you mentioned, capitalizing on the chaos, really not being afraid to gain from a time like this. And then second, if you are worried about making ends meet right now, there are some things you can do. But remember, finance is not one size fits all. You should absolutely be talking to a personal financial advisor about any decisions you're planning on making. But if we're looking at how the markets have been reacting, it's just like nothing we've seen. Today we saw really huge gains, but other days we've seen the biggest drops in history. If you do have current investments, as I said, you're going to want to talk to your advisor about how to protect what you have, knowing that this situation is temporary. But hey, if your job is secure, you do have some money set aside, you're wondering if you should engage in the market, financial expert Steve Siebold tells me stocks are on sale right now.
We are seeing stocks at right now at some of the lowest prices we're likely ever to see them in our lifetime. So you may have a very good opportunity. Again, make sure you get good advice if you're not a professional yourself. Get some good advice, but I would keep an eye on stocks.
Yeah, Steve says, look, a lot of people do have that tendency to react with fear. That's why we see all of those big sell-offs, but you can always look for the opportunity in the chaos here, Brian.
Well, Simone, for people who aren't in that position, maybe they lost income over the outbreak, what opportunities are there for them?
Yeah, believe it or not, there are some opportunities for them, Brian. Say you are losing income or you have lost your income, you're waiting on government assistance. It's not going to cover what you need, but the bills keep coming, right? Well, look, lenders, they're cash strapped too right now. They don't want you to default on your loans any more than you do, which means it might just be the perfect opportunity to cut a deal here and negotiate.
You might want to look at maybe refinancing your home if the rates go down far enough and it makes it worth it, or restructuring your student loan debt or any other kind of debt you have. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And I guess my biggest message is look for the opportunities. Don't just buy into the fear that the masses really buy into during these crazy times.
And the same thing is going to go for the bills that you have. Don't just look at that total due if you're really strapped and think you have to pay that or nothing. Something is going to be better than nothing. So it's always a good idea to give those companies a call and see if you can work out some type of payment plan. Steve says this is something that you can also do with the help of an expert to talk to the IRS if you have any kind of tax debt at this time to be able to restructure that. Steve also says it's the perfect time as we're sitting at home to learn the basics of personal finance since he knows money's tight. He told me he'd offer his book to you for free, How Money Works. You can email him, steve@steveontv, and just give him your mailing address and phone number. He said he'd get a book out to you, so obviously a great opportunity there to learn a little bit more, but know that you do have some control in the situation, even though it does seem so volatile at this time, Brian.
Yeah, it certainly sounds very practical advice, Simone. I like how he says just basically take the bull by its horns and get your finances in order. Don't just wait around and sit around while all this fear is happening. I appreciate that. All right, Simone, thank you. Major domestic airlines could make